Hey, you guys, it's Matt Frazier, the psychic medium, and I am live with you right now. So tap on your screen because I want to share with you something that you might not remember, but your soul does. And that is why you're here right now, the meaning of your life, and so much more. What I've learned as a psychic medium is that part of our journey here on earth is remembering what happens before we were actually born. And you might be like, Matt, what are you talking about? How do we remember before we're born? Well, there's something that happens that I've learned from the spirit world that not many mediums talk about, and this is called the life preview. So before we're even born, we exist. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy to think that before your soul is even born here in this world, you had an existence? In fact, you had an existence in heaven where you met your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones that have passed on before you, and they were all getting you ready for your journey here in life. You started to assemble this amazing team of spirit guides, of angels, of people that were going to walk with you as you go through this life. And also at the same time, before you're born, you're given certain gifts that nobody else will have, right? For example, just like a singer has a voice that nobody else can have. Everybody can be a great singer. Everybody can go and to hit certain notes, but being a successful singer is because you have a gift that nobody else does. You have a voice that nobody else does, right? Nobody can be the same version of Whitney Houston. There's only one Whitney Houston. There's only one Mariah Carey. There is only one Celine Dion, right? And we gravitate towards them because they're a natural God-given gift. Well, I want to let you know that what's so tough is that to get to the point of understanding your gift, to get to the point of understanding your life purpose, why you were put here on this earth, and to really understand what heaven and your angels and yourself chose for you before you entered here on earth, it's about remembering and seeing your pathway forward. The hardest thing is that when I'm reading for people, and by the way, I see all of you guys who are live here with me right now. This is so cool. I see all your comments right here. I see Dorothy Lynn is here and Maggie is here from Australia. I love that. I also see Crystal is here and Francesca is here and also another Crystal is here. She says, I can sing. I love that. And I also see that Janet is here as well. If you're here, tap on the screen, share the live. We're going to talk all about this. So what's really cool is that your soul, when it was created in heaven, was meant to be born with these certain gifts that nobody else can have. There's certain things that the spirit world tell me are like gold within your life, certain gifts, talents, and abilities that you're going to touch, that you're going to feel, that you're experience, things that you can do quite naturally that nobody else can. Well, I want to let you know why this is important. Because as we go through life, it's challenging, it's hard. There's many hills and battles that we have to go through and we have to climb. But what I want you to know is that when we're going through our life and we go through these challenges and we go through these tough crossways, it's hard for us to understand the real meaning of our life. For example, have you ever heard someone say to you, everything that's meant to be will be, or everything you're going through for a reason. And you're like, what is the reason? What is the reason? Imagine if you could know that reason. I want to share with you something really deep because this happened in my life, and you may have heard me talk about this before, but I want to share with you a similar analogy because I've been there. I've been where some of you are right now. Where back in the day, back when I was in high school, I had the most terrible time. I changed schools and I was bullied so bad that I sat alone every day. People didn't love me. People didn't like me. People didn't accept me. People didn't want to be my friend. I ate alone in the cafeteria every single day. People bullied me, teased me, taunted me. It got so bad that I had to change schools. And at one point, I even thought about ending my own life. And this was the darkest time that I had ever gone through. And I'm sharing this with you because I can only imagine if someone came to me and said, Matt, you're going through this for a reason, right? I'd probably want to slap them. Or I'd probably sit down and cry and feel so defeated. Like, what did I do to deserve this? Why am I going through this? Well, the reason why I'm sharing with you this is because that bullying experience is something that I would never change because it became a pivotal part of my life. That bullying experience that I went through was something that taught me the greatest life lessons. It prepared me for where I am today. If you saw me back in the day, back when I was in high school, I was silent. I didn't speak. I wanted to be invisible. I wanted to do all of these things because I didn't want to be noticed. Because every time I was noticed, I was taunted. I was made fun of. The horrible things were said about me. And I was literally made to just want to be invisible. Well, I'm telling you this because after all of that time of being bullied, there was a couple things that happened. I got to my lowest of the low. And when I got to the lowest of the low, there was one thing that I turned to. I turned to my spirituality. I wanted to learn about the people who did love about me, my angels, my spirit guides. I had to know why I was put here on this earth. So I started diving deep into, my own spiritual gifts. I started to, learn about the other side and the afterlife. I went to go and see a medium for the first time myself, and it changed the course of my life. And it was amazing because at that moment, I realized I wasn't alone. I was on this journey with angels and spirit guides. I realized that I was being supported. And I realized that even though I didn't see a future for myself, even though I didn't see that there was a pathway that I was supposed to be on, my angels and my spirit guides did. And as long as I trusted that, I would be okay. Well, I want to let you know this because that was a pivotal moment in my life, knowing that I wasn't alone, knowing that I had angels and guides that knew the course of my life. And when I went to see that medium for the first time, she told me about things that I never thought was going to happen. She told me about, one day I was meant to be on television. I had this gift of being in front of people, and I was meant to be, this famous psychic medium. At the time, I was, going to be an EMT, and I'm like, there's no way. But I was positive and I was hopeful, and it was a good message. And at that moment, I wanted to go and I feel his hair sticking up on me, but I feel like I wanted to go and, hang on to any positivity that I could. Well, little did I know that she was right about everything. And there was a reason for this because my angels knew this, my guides knew this, my loved ones in spirit knew this, but I didn't see it for myself. Why am I sharing this with you? Well, how many of you have been through a really dark time within your life? How many of you, maybe you're going through it right now. You're going through a challenge. You're going through a struggle. You're going through something. And you're like, I just can't see it. I just can't see why I'm going through this. I can't see what this serves in my life. Well, I want to let you know this, that at the end of this whole dark chapter of my life, I realized this one thing. I realized that as I came into my own spiritual gifts, as I started to tell people that I was a psychic and a medium, as I started to go and to do this full time, I realized that not everyone's going to love me, right? And when I started to be on television, when I started to get these opportunities to be on the radio and be on TV, I realized that there were going to be people who turned against me. There were people who didn't believe in mediums, that didn't believe you could speak to the other side, that didn't believe that you could talk or speak to people who had passed on. And when that happens, and thank you, Dr. Dan, I see you're here, and Belinda, thank you. Well, when this started to happen, I realized one thing, that people I didn't know, people I had never known, never interacted with, saw me on television, heard me on the radio, and started to write mean things about me. They would tweet about me, Facebook me, do all these things, bullying me, saying that I was a fake, that I was a con, all these things, right? But there was one thing that changed. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me because I had already gone through that pain once in my life. I learned from it. I pulled myself out of it. I changed schools. I went and I changed schools. I started a job. I surrounded my people. Was surrounded by people who loved and cared about me. And I realized it wasn't me. It was them. And the moment that I got out of that situation and I saw that there was love around me, that people did love me for who I was, I didn't have to be silent, that I could be myself, that I could talk and be loud and be my own natural person. Guess what? Everything changed. And then here I am years later, as I look back on that experience, I always say to myself, if I never went through this bullying experience within life, if I never got to this lowest of the low, there's no way that I would have the confidence to do what I do now, to be on stage in front of thousands of people, to have a reality TV show, right? To go on the news and to give live readings, to go out on other TV shows like The Real Housewives and give live readings. And I knew that I went through this challenge for a reason, because people were going to doubt me. People were going to say things about me. People were going to be nasty about me. But at the end of the day, as long as I trusted the road that was in front of me, I would be led to success. Well, I want you to know this because I had bad moments in my life, challenges in my life. Like I said, I hit the lowest of the low, but there was one thing that always happens. And that's what I want to share with you, is that I was always told by spirit and my angels, keep going. Nobody can stop you from living your life. No one can stop you from enjoying your own happiness. No one can stop you from living your truth and being on your spiritual path, but you. Why you? Well, because sometimes you live life in fear. Sometimes you think that you're broken. Sometimes you think that you're not good enough. Sometimes you think, oh my God, that's never going to happen for me. And sometimes you throw in the towel too early. Well, I'm here to let you know this one thing. I want to let you know that being a psychic medium isn't just about giving readings, right? It's about inspiring you to live your best life, to embrace your own spiritual gifts, and to know that it's never too late. Every single time someone comes to me with a challenge, a struggle, an obstacle, I see one thing. I see something that nobody else does, that even when times in our life are hard, challenging, upsetting, our loved ones in spirit see something that we don't, that it's never too late. It's never too late to meet your soulmate, to start living, to land that dream job, to start your business, to do anything that you want to do. And sometimes there's things in life that happen that are part of your spiritual blueprint. So before you're born here in this world, there's a spiritual blueprint that you create with your angels, your spirit guides, and your loved ones. Certain gifts that you're meant to have and uncover while you're living, certain lessons that you go through, certain people that you meet, they're going to lift you up. They're going to be best friends for life, and they're going to teach you the greatest life lessons in your life, both good and bad. Well, I want to share this with you because if you haven't seen, I've been sending so many emails. I send you guys tons of emails. I put it on my social media. I put it on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. I announced something that I've never done before. I am doing an 8-week course, right? It's 8 lessons, all about it's never too late. It's never too late. And it's all about exploring your soul's blueprint. Imagine if you could have access to that soul blueprint that you made with your angels, guides, and loved ones. Imagine if you could understand what's going on in your life right now or why you went through that certain hardship, whenever it was. Well, let me tell you something. If you're 46 years old, 36 years old, 50 years old, what I want you to know is that you have all of these years that give you hints to your soul's purpose, the life lessons that you went through, the people that you met, everything in between is all bringing you back to remembering why your soul was created, right? That's how I get to where I am today. A lot of people ask me, Matt, how do you have the confidence? How did you get to where you are today? How do you have the books that you do? Well, my soul is remembering at the same time. Now, don't get me wrong. We all have free will. We all have a way to tap in and to learn and to connect and to make changes within our life. Our spiritual blueprint that we design with our angels and guides is special and sacred. We design this blueprint almost like when we go on vacation. When you go on vacation here on this earth, if you're like me, right? How many of you have been to Disney World or been to a theme park and you go and you write down all of these things you want to do? I want to go on this ride, this ride, this ride, this ride, this ride. I want to do this, and this. Well, you might ask me, well, how does free will come in? Well, just like when you go to a theme park or you go to a place, you visit another country, if you don't have kids, if you visit another country and you put all these things on your itinerary, right? What happens to that itinerary? Very rarely do we do every single thing. You might get to Disney World, you might go to ride that ride, and it might be temporarily closed for service, right? Meaning that you'll have to go to Disney World and ride it again at a different point in time. You might also get to that itinerary and realize, you know what? That looked a lot better online. I actually don't want to ride that ride. I want to ride this ride instead. So you're constantly making changes to that plan. Well, that same thing happens with your soul's blueprint. You're constantly making changes when you're alive. And guess what? Heaven and your angels and your loved ones support this. They support this when you do good. They support this when you do bad. There's never a wrong decision, right? As long as you're learning from it. So when you make the wrong choice, it's not like your angels are like, oh my God, what the hell did he do? What the hell did she do? It's actually completely the opposite. When you make the wrong choice, angels and your loved ones, when they see that you're struggling and they see that you're upset, they're like, okay, let me get you back to where you need to be. Now, sometimes it's a longer route, right? Just like we talked about when you go to a theme park and you go to ride this ride, and you want to ride it and it's down for maintenance. It's not your fault that it's down for maintenance, right? But to ride that ride, you got to come back at a later time. You got to get back on the plane. You got to plan a trip. You got to get back. It's hard to get back to that point, but eventually you will. That's just an analogy, but it's kind of how you can think about your life here in this world. And Sabine says, sigh, I agree. Well, listen. And Alex is saying, sigh. Well, listen. This is what I want you to know, okay? And Marlene Rice is saying, I can't even fathom why I would chose my life. Well, this is the reason why. This is the reason why I've created this course called It's Never Too Late, because you're never too old. You're never limited, right? The universe is endless. And at the same time, what I want you to know is that when you say, I don't know why I chose this life, I don't know why I chose this, heaven is saying you're meant to find your soulmate. You're meant to do X, Y, and Z. You're meant to do all of these beautiful things. It's written in your soul's blueprint. So what I want you to know is this, is I put together this course called It's Never Too Late. And a lot of people, have seen the course and they're like, Matt, I'm not sure if it's for me. And by the way, I already have a ton of students that are there that are learning, that have already started lessons 1 and 2. Well, not only is it about the live course, but tomorrow we start our first coaching call, and I want you to be a part of it. And for those of you who have never taken an online course before, and by the way, I want to say 99% of the students because we have a private Facebook group where all of our students are, 99% of the students who are attending this course have actually never attended a course like this before. I spent a year on this, you guys, and I want to share with you what it's like. So when you come to It's Never Too Late, you get your login on my website. And then when you log into It's Never Too Late, you'll see it says Start Course. And then what's really cool is it says start here. And when you start, you have different lessons. There are 8 different lessons that are here. The first one is discovering your soul's blueprint, your life plan. There are videos, as you guys can see, videos, meditations, workbooks, plus live coaching calls. So this is what a workbook looks like. And in lesson 1 of the workbook, you can't see, I'm sure you can't see the words on that. Maybe if I go like this. In lesson 1 on the workbook, I bring you through discovering your spiritual gifts, what your life preview is, and so much more. I could talk about this all day, but I want to share with you what lesson 1 is actually like. So I want to share with you the first 5 minutes of lesson 1 so you can decide if it's right for you or not. You ready? Take a look at this. I am so proud of this. It's something that I've never done. All 8 lessons are like this. We have spirit activations, we have workbooks, we have guided meditations, plus live coaching calls. We also have bonuses where Mike Dooley from The Secret, you know that movie, The Secret, came on to help students as well, meaning that you can come on. One of the bonuses, learning from Mike Dooley from that movie, The Secret. Take a look at this course. This is lesson 1. I want to see if the first 5 minutes speaks to you or means something to you. You ready? You're here for a reason. Listen to this right now. What if I told you that right now, in this very moment, you could access the same profound insights that most people only get when they die? Well, I know that that might sound bold, but stick with me. Every day in my work as a medium, I witness something extraordinary. I see souls on the other side having these incredible aha moments during their life review. They finally understand why certain people came into their lives, why they face specific challenges, and what their true purpose was. But here's what breaks my heart. They always say the same thing, and that is, if I only knew what I knew while I was alive. Well, that's exactly why we're here today. You don't have to wait until you cross over to unlock the wisdom of your soul's journey. Think of this as your spiritual fast pass, accessing the insights of a life review while you still have time to act on them. Let me share with you a story that perfectly illustrates this. During a reading, I connected with a woman named Sarah, and her father in spirit came through and showed me how before her birth, they had made a sacred agreement with one another. He would pass away when she was just a little girl, triggering her journey into understanding grief and healing. What seems like life's cruelest moment was actually a catalyst for her soul's purpose. And today, Sarah runs one of the largest grief support networks in her state, helping thousands process their loss. Her father showed me how proud he was of her in the spirit world, that she had finally fulfilled their soul contract exactly as they planned. Think of the last time that you watched a movie trailer. It showed you the most exciting moments, the key characters, and the major turning points of the story to come. Now, imagine something extraordinary. Before you were even born, you experienced something infinitely more sacred. Before you came to Earth, you sat in a room filled with pure love and light. Around you were your guardian angels, your spirit guides, and your loved ones in heaven who had crossed over before you. Together, you watched a preview of the most important moments of your upcoming journey, the key scenes that would share your life story. But here's where it gets even more remarkable. You didn't just watch the life preview, you helped create it. This divine planning session, what I call the life preview, was where you and your spiritual team mapped out your journey together. You chose specific experiences that would help you grow. You selected certain challenges that would make you stronger. And also, you carefully picked the other souls that would play a key important role in your life story. Let me share with you what this looks like in real life. Recently, I connected with a father in spirit who showed me exactly how this planning worked. Before his daughter was born, they had carefully chosen a specific challenge together. She would face anxiety in public speaking. What seemed like a cruel twist of fate was actually a divine design. This challenge would develop her extraordinary empathy for others who were struggling to find their own voice. Today, she runs programs helping children overcome their own fears and anxieties of public speaking. And what looked like the biggest obstacle was actually a gift in disguise. It was carefully chosen by her spiritual team. Now, here's something crucial that I want you to understand. This preview isn't a rigid script. It's more like a roadmap. You have complete free will in how you navigate your life journey. Think of it like this. Life is like a road trip. Your life preview shows you the major destinations, but you choose how you get there, when to take detours, and even whether or not you'll visit certain destinations at all. I see the same thing play out in all my readings, all the time. The souls I connect with show me how they recognize certain crossroads within their lives, moments when they could choose to embrace their planned path or take a different direction. They show me how their spiritual team would leave signs and synchronicities like divine breadcrumbs, helping them to find their way back to their soul's purpose whenever they feel lost. This isn't just a metaphor. It's a profound truth that I've confirmed through thousands of my readings. When I connect with loved ones on the other side, they often share their amazement at rediscovering the preview session. They show me every relationship, every challenge, and every triumph that was part of their carefully crafted plan. But they also show me how their free will choices shape their journey in unique and meaningful ways. Here's what you need to know. Your spiritual team doesn't just help create this plan and then leave you to figure it out all alone. They're actively working behind the scenes right now. They orchestrate meaningful coincidences, arrange timely meetings with just the right people, and find the intuitive nudges that you need when you need to feel guidance the most, while always honoring your free will to choose the next steps. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. If I planned this life, I must have been having an off day. What was I thinking? But there's an incredible wisdom in understanding this principle, because it means that nothing in your life is random. That difficult relationship, it's teaching you something vital about yourself. That challenge that you're facing, it's developing strength that you'll need later on. That unexpected opportunity, it's your spiritual team at work. Every experience, every relationship, every challenge is part of a carefully crafted plan designed for your soul's growth. And here's the most empowering part. You guys ready? That was a look into It's Never Too Late, my 8-lesson course. And by the way, when you sign up, you get workbooks. You get let into a secret Facebook group with just my students and just my students and course takers. And also you get spirit activations, meditations, and so much more. So the moment that you sign in, this is what you see. This is lesson 1. So you go through lesson 1, which is the video. It's a 16-minute lesson. And then everything in lesson 1, you have a workbook. You click on workbook and you'll see your whole workbook is here. It looks like it's just an empty page, but I promise you there's all lessons and exercises and space for you to write and to reflect. And then also included in here as well, you have spirit meditations. One of the meditations is about going through an enchanted forest, right? And then discovering your gifts. And what it's meant to do is it's meant to bring you back. It's meant to bring you back to your soul's core, to help you to remember on a soul level, to realign yourself with heaven, your talents, gifts, and abilities, and really understand why it is that you're here. And you'll see that every single lesson has something different. So first we start with the meditation. After the meditation, there's a spirit activation. And then after the activation, there's an affirmation and then an integration. So you go through the video, the workbook, all of these audios, and then you go to lesson 2 and you're not alone. I'm going to be coaching you all throughout the way. You have access to that private Facebook group. It's a secret Facebook group just for students and so much more. So I want to let you know this. If you want to come and join me, live coaching calls start tomorrow. So this is your chance. Today is your day to enroll, to become a student. And the moment that you enroll, you can start tonight listening and learning from lessons 1 and 2 and join the live coaching call tomorrow. And what I want you to know is that also there is going to be bonuses with Mike Dooley from the movie The Secret. He's going to be teaching us all about why it's never too late and how to incorporate that with the law of attraction. I'm also running to New York City to film with Marie Forleo, who is a leader and a shaker. She's going to teach you that there is, and this is my favorite thing, okay, is that everything in life is figure outable. Everything in life is figure outable. That's the best thing. Because what I want you to know is that if you're going through grief, it's figure outable, right? If you're going through a financial loss, it's figure outable. If you're going through a divorce, it's figure outable, right? And if it's not figure outable, it is a fact and a law of life. So, for example, we can't figure out death, right? Or eventually we're all going to pass away. But as a fact of life. In the meantime, we can figure out our life's journey. So what I want you to know is that you're not too late on this, but today is the last day to join, to get into that first coaching call. You don't want to miss this. So if you want to come and join me and be part of a spiritual team, you can become a student of mine right now by heading to my website, meetmattfrazier.com. And I want to share with you some of the comments that I received of some of the people. These people who have actually started taking the course. And by the way, you're not late. People have just started taking and getting into lesson 1. But these are some, look at the comments. It just came in yesterday, 6 hours ago, 5 hours ago. One is from Anisha. She goes, Matt, I listened to the affirmations and integrations this morning. I was getting ready for work and suddenly it hit me like a ton of bricks what my gift was and what I'm meant for. I'm so excited. Deborah wrote 6 hours ago, if you have not watched Matt's video and Mike Dooley, don't wait. It was so inspiring and moving. My heart was so full at the end, wanted to keep going. Also, if you didn't watch How Souls Crossover, do that too. I was emailed this to some of my friends. It was amazing. Thank you, Matt. I know I am where I need to be. Every day it gets more exciting. I really can feel my heart getting lighter. This is another comment. This one was pretty cool. Tina says, Matt, I'm so excited for this course. I've been doing the work and the meditations. I'm one of those people who can't remember my dreams. But this morning when I woke up, I remember a dream. It was of my deceased dad. He was sitting in the mountains. He leaned in telling me something or explaining something to me. Now, if I can only remember what he said, it would be awesome. But nope, I can't recall what he was saying. I'm just so happy that I can recall the dream. And darn it, I wish I could remember what he said. Just thought I would share this with you. Love to everyone who's listening. Well, this is the first step. This is telling me that Tina is actually tuning in. Tina, it's working for you. You're going through, you're opening up. You could never remember your dreams. It means that you weren't holding on to that information. You didn't know how, but you're opened up and it's working. Well, you can join. That's in our private Facebook group, by the way, with all of the students that are there in this course. So if you want to join me, here's what you need to do. You need to head to my website right now, meetmattfrazier.com, and click on online courses or Matt's new 2025 course. So once you get to my website, you'll see it says the name of the course is It's Never Too Late. It will also say at the top, new 2025 class. And that's where you can go to my website and enroll. So you got to make sure that you're there. This is the first time that I've ever done such an extensive course like this. I have been working secretly on this for an entire year because I know that you will have your own psychic gifts. I know that you all have your spiritual gifts. I know you're here for a reason. And I know that your soul is meant to do more, even when you don't feel that, because I believe in you. So I'm so excited about this. I want to teach you everything that Spirit has taught me about this. So if you want to come and join me, you got to head to meetmattfrazier.com right now, meetmattfrazier.com. This is my website, and click on Matt's new 2025 course at the top. And that's where you can go to join. It's never too late. So I'm hoping that this reached you at the perfect moment, at the perfect time, because live coaching calls start tomorrow. And I wish that someone would have done this for me when I first started learning about my mediumship, when I first started learning about my own spiritual gifts. Because the saddest part is that when I was first learning how to tune in, connect, how to go and to recognize my own spiritual gifts and paths, I realized one thing. I realized at that moment that there was nobody that I could bounce off or ideas off of. There was nobody I could talk to. When I would sense things, when I would feel things, when I didn't know what things meant, just like Tina wrote in the chat, I didn't understand. I didn't understand what they meant. There was no one I could go to, besides my mom. But of course, you don't want to go to your parents, right? Especially when you were young like me, right? There was nobody I could go to that was my age that was going through something similar. So that's why I created this private Facebook group too, of all of these spiritual minded people, just like you, who are going through challenges. There's a reason why they were led to this course. And I'm so excited because we have such an amazing core group of students that are there that have already started learning. And tomorrow, the first course coaching call begins. So if you want to come and join me, here's what you need to do. meetmattfrazier.com, meetmattfrazier.com, meetmattfrazier.com. And once you're there, once you're at meetmattfrazier.com, you want to head on over and you want to go to Matt's new course for 2025. And if I have to sum up one thing, because a lot of you have been asking, well, Matt, like I said, everybody who's doing this has never done a course before. 99% of the students are new to this, which is really exciting because just like you, they've never done a multi-week course. They've never been involved in something like this. So it's so cool that all of these people who are in there are new just like you. So if you want to join me, here is what the course is actually about. I want to share with you just a breakdown of what you'll learn, what it is, and what to expect. You ready? Hopefully this
What
comes
if your life wasn't random? What if every gift, every challenge, and every connection was part of a big divine plan? A plan that was created with the help of wise celestial advisors and the loved ones that you have lost, who are still guiding you and watching over you from the other side. Hi, I'm Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium, and I've spent my life helping people connect with their loved ones on the other side. The one message I hear again and again is don't wait. Don't wait to live, to love, to heal, or to embrace the extraordinary life that your soul has designed for you. In my course, It's Never Too Late, a roadmap to life and an extraordinary soul adventure, I'll guide you to unlock the blueprint that your soul created before birth. Together, we'll explore the gifts that you packed for this entire lifetime, the challenges that you chose and the lessons that they hold. We'll also talk about pivotal moments that have shaped your path and what's still waiting for you. I'll also share with you the powerful connections that are guiding you and teaching you along the way. And we'll explore the signs and messages that your loved ones and spiritual team have been sending you all along. If you feel like something is missing or that you're meant to do more, I hope that you'll join me for this course for an extraordinary soul adventure. Don't wait until it's too late to start living. Your journey begins now.
All right, you guys, I'm so excited. The lessons are up. The course is started. Tomorrow is the first coaching call, live coaching call with me. And what I want you to know is that it's not too late to join. So you're seeing this for a reason. This is the gift of investing in you, investing in your own gifts, your own abilities, and investing in your spiritual blueprint. So if you want to come and learn with me, you can sign up right now. You'll get lessons 1 and 2 tonight, the workbook, everything that you need. And then the live coaching call starts tomorrow night. You are not too late. You are right on time. You are here for a reason. And I want to help you to explore your spiritual gifts. So if you're ready, head on over to meetmattfrazier.com. This is your last chance to become a student. You'll also be joined into our private Facebook group just for students. And what I want you to know is you'll get to meet the other students who have already started to take the course. But like I said, it just started. You're not behind. You're here right now for a reason. You're seeing this for a reason. So come and join me. The live coaching calls start tomorrow night. Meetmattfrazier.com. Meetmattfrazier.com. There's also going to be a private online group reading just for students and so much more. So meetmattfrazier.com, click on new course 2025 or courses, and then click on It's Never Too Late. Head to my website right now. We're about to sell out, and I really hope that you make it there in time before registration closes. So meetmattfrazier.com. So excited. The first time I'm ever offering something like this, and I can't wait not only to meet you guys, but also to understand your true spiritual gifts. So before I leave, I'm going to let you see this one more time. And don't forget, head on over to meetmattfrazier.com. As you watch this preview one more time, head on over to my website to join this course before it's too late. I'll see you live online tomorrow night. Can't wait for you to start lesson 1.
What if your life wasn't random? What if every gift, every challenge, and every connection was part of a big divine plan, a plan that was created with the help of wise celestial advisors and the loved ones that you have lost, who are still guiding you and watching over you from the other side. Hi, I'm Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium, and I've spent my life helping people connect with their loved ones on the other side. The one message I hear again and again is don't wait. Don't wait to live, to love, to heal, or to embrace the extraordinary life that your soul has designed for you. In my course, It's Never Too Late, a roadmap to life and an extraordinary soul adventure, I'll guide you to unlock the blueprint that your soul created before birth. Together, we'll explore the gifts that you packed for this entire lifetime, the challenges that you chose and the lessons that they hold. We'll also talk about pivotal moments that have shaped your path and what's still waiting for you. I'll also share with you the powerful connections that are guiding you and teaching you along the way. And we'll explore the signs and messages that your loved ones and spiritual team have been sending you all along. If you feel like something is missing or that you're meant to do more, I hope that you'll join me for this course for an extraordinary soul adventure. Don't wait until it's too late to start living. Your journey begins now.